Wait, hold on. I want to hold on. Okay, you know what? Forget about it. I had a very immature thought just now, and I'm just like, I'm gonna just let that pass. But as well, what I'm trying to make the usual is like wash my hair for you. It's a little wild and crazy as it usually is, but honestly, I prefer it to be wild in this sense than oily and flaky and sticky and just like I got same. So I know the corners of my lips are kind of messed up, but please forgive me. I was just like, I don't know what I was thinking. Like, sometimes I'm graceful with it, sometimes I'm not that great with it, and today was just one of those days. So hope you can forgive that. I know I've been giving off some kind of antisocial vibe, my dear, but the thing is, I can pinky promise, that it is not a reflection of you at all. It's just when my hormones kick, they kick. Yes, they do. But by the same token, my hormones are often reactive to certain circumstances, and like I've mentioned before, I guess as excited as I was to quit my abusive job, oddly enough, and I guess this is very true, if not universal, for a lot of people that exit abusive or toxic dynamics, there's this sense of guilt once you walk away, and it's just like I know logically speaking I don't have to feel it, but emotionally speaking it's irrationally there, and it's just, I mean, to be completely honest, I don't really imagine myself sticking it out with that one. Because it's just like, if there's no respect and I'm just being treated like a number, the same way that it was in college, it's just like, it was kind of a waste. You know what I mean? So it would be a waste if I continued wasting my time there. So it's just like, all these crappy dynamics that I've experienced in the past, I'm pretty sure have prepared me for this moment where I'm having the guts to be like, you know what, I'm ready to say bye to things that are hurting me, and it's just like, my parents might not understand it, the world might not understand it, but there are a handful of people who do understand where I'm coming from. Because it's just, what was the point of me being raised on values like respect? If I were to keep tolerating being disrespected, it just defeats the purpose of how I was raised. So obviously there's that I'm being emotional towards, but it's just like, by the same token, I may not necessarily be proud for leaving, but at the same time, it's just, I know it's for my greater good, It's just one of those things where it's just like, the hardest decision is usually the simplest decision, and I guess this is a season where I relearn that, I suppose. Would you like to look at the little creek over here? Do you like it? I know that you're more busy in contrast to me, because you were always such a strong person, in my eyes anyway. You tolerate a lot. You really, really do, and I will never understand how you do it. I'll never understand. Not in a bashing kind of way, but more like a I wish I could tolerate stuff, but it's just, I guess I reached my boiling point, like I've mentioned to you before. And I know that life, you know, isn't simple for everybody where they could just drop everything and leave. So I'm willing to wait for you and, you know, get different kinds of ducks in a row while I wait for you, because I don't want to make you feel like, oh my gosh, I have to pressure myself to drop everything so me and Kaylee can hop on a Greyhound bus and start a new life. Like, there's no rush. There's no rush. We're a team. We're in this together. And right now I'm just trying to figure out what's my role as of this new season that I'm walking into. You know what I mean? So, whatchamacallit? And I guess something that I've been meaning to talk about in terms of not necessarily just walking away, but I guess another thing that has kind of been drawn to my attention now more than ever is that, yes, it's a very popular opinion to count your blessings and be grateful what you do have, but I feel when people say that, they don't realize that what they're actually saying underneath it all is that you don't have much, so you have to be grateful for what is actually going on in your life, or else you won't get anything else in your life. And I feel that's kind of an unnecessary ultimatum. I feel that my new opinion as of late is to, well, for myself anyway, this can apply to you if you want it to, but for me, I'm slowly learning day by day that it's probably better to be grateful for what I don't have, if that makes any sense, because I feel that when we're told to be grateful for what we do have, that we're low-key being taught to be sad about the things that we don't by the same token. You know what I mean? Is it just me? But anyways, so I guess an example, which is obviously something that I mentioned earlier about being grateful for things that I don't have. Say for example, I'm grateful to not be given the evil stare by people who want to kick me out of the job anyway. So I was just like, you know what? They think I don't have what it takes. They think that that I don't have a place here. Then it's just like, it's okay. I don't really need to prove myself to them. I really, really don't. Because the thing is that with the same logic in mind, I know this is more of like an upcoming kind of opinion that people are talking about, how God protects us from things, and oftentimes we don't realize that. And I want to adopt that kind of mindset, to be completely honest, over, you know, the be grateful or else, you know what I mean? Because I just feel it's such a broken kind of mentality that it just breeds out more brokenness, you know? But that's my personal opinion. I feel like another example of something that I'm grateful for its absence is honestly just being forced to work with people that I don't trust have my best interest, that just want to see me succeed so that they can leave the crappy job and I can take their place. I just you're not really here for me. I know you're not really here for me. I know that you're only happy when I do something right, because it just means you're all the more closer to going after something that you actually want. And I figured, not to be cocky or anything, but how about I decide not to become like them in that sense, where it's just I actually directly go for something that I am desiring more, as opposed to just settling and forcing other people to settle down with me, if that makes any sense, you know? Because life is too short, in my opinion, to fill the shoes of somebody's that you... It's basically, life is too short for me or anybody to fill the shoes of someone who that you don't want to fill their shoes, you know what I mean? That you don't want to take the place of, if that makes sense. And the thing is, like, I don't want to take anyone's place. I just want to... And that's the other thing that I'm thankful for too, is that I'm grateful that I'm not in an environment where I have to compete to keep my job, which makes more sense because I was already competing to get hired in the first place. Why should I have to worry about that even after I get hired? That doesn't make any sense. And it just got me thinking, you know, I'm also grateful that I don't have to dedicate to people who profit off of intimidation, because that is just something that, although I am guilty of, you know, in my youth, I just don't want to be that kind of person anymore. So it's just, you know, it's like they say, the 5 people that you spend the most time with, you're the average of them, and that's just something that I don't want to be the average of. Hell no. Hell freaking no. And there are actually a ton of things that I'm grateful that I don't have. But yeah, just as of this moment, those are specific things that, you know, are coming off the top of my head and off of my heart. And I hope I proved my point to whoever, you know, hacks your email. I just gotta go to a tree so then I can knock on wood that no one is hacking your email. But yeah, I wouldn't care if like this got leaked to other perverts or whatever, but not referring to you as a pervert. I'm a pervert, you know. Anyway, but yeah, that's just something that I wanted to I guess let you in on the loop of. And I'm actually getting kind of hot. I'm not even running or anything, I don't know. But then again, it's gotten warmer where I am, so that's a blessing. I mean, May is actually looking like May. It's great. So as a thank you for you know, looking in your inbox as usual, you know, just to remind you I'm patiently waiting and pursuing, you know, another way to get closer to our dream in the process. And I'm just going to try my best to have faith that things will work out, because I know things will work out. It's just Oh yeah, another thing that I want to mention is that I don't know if I talked about it with you before, but the thing is that I noticed my physiology, it doesn't always agree with my preferences up here, and sometimes even my feelings over here. So I'm in the process of healing that too. So then by the time that we do, you know, open the door to our new lives together, I won't be as torn as I have been in the past few years or so. So then you don't have to deal with that kind of conflicted, indecisive mess. So, yeah. I just want to have you in my room, us just snuggling and listening to animated, well, not listening, but like watching animated creepy stories together on YouTube. But maybe on the weekend you just hit me up, you email me back, let me know if you're down, and we can do it. So as you can tell, I suck at goodbyes.